Hi everybody, welcome to Jonhson Mclang Show. Today's episode is episode 52. I'm sorry I did not do last Thursday's episode. I just got busy. So I just got a couple stories today. Here's the stories today. I asked your mom and dad. Hi, I'm your dad at home. Turn around. Turn your face around. I'm trying to watch a movie. Oh my gosh. Okay, moving on to the actual stories, even though that was kind of fun. Does that give favor? White House reportedly asked Dem mayor not to declare state of emergency over migrants. Oh my gosh, that's kind of interesting. That's kind of shocking that White House, Democrats, White House, which is of course Biden, we know that, asked Democrat mayor not to have an emergency. Wow. Well, and there needs to be. I'm glad that New York Mayor Adams is doing a city emergency, a state of emergency for the migrants. I do agree with Eric Adams on that, with the migrants crisis in New York. And Biden apparently is telling Adams not to do that. That's kind of, stupid right there. Not really caring about the border crisis. Like, his administration, Biden administration, and especially Harris, that's in charge of the task force on the border, has done nothing with the border. So, you know what? I'm sure this is more to it. More things that Democrats and Bidens are not doing anything about the border. And that's why we need to vote this November 8th to change this and to secure our border and have a border wall and everything like that. So it's time to vote in November. Vote Democrats in Congress out, and then in 2024 vote Biden out and Harris to fix this crisis even more. We might try to do stuff as a House of Representatives and Senate and to pass stuff to help the border, but it's not gonna, I don't know, we just see what Trump back or a president to do more. So anyway, that's stupid of Biden, really. I'm glad that Adams is doing the right thing. Eric Adams is doing the right thing by doing an emergency in New York City with the migrants. See it. ATV riders ambush cops with bricks and bottles in Democrat-run city. So, but apparently a mob of people are throwing bricks and bottles at cops and at cop cars at a gas station in a Dem-run city. I don't know what city it is. Is this the Democrat city? And crime is going higher and higher. Fentanyl drug crisis is getting worse and worse with Democrats in control. Crime is getting worse than Democrat control because of defund the police. We have a crime crisis under Biden and Harris and under Democrats in charge. Democrats in the local level. So this is very awful. Another reason to vote this November 8th is to try to fix the border crisis, try to fix the drug crisis that's been going on for a long time, trying to help crime rates, lower crime rates, fix the economy, get out of a session, fix inflation, fix the gas prices, build a wall. There's a bunch of stuff there's a bunch of issues, especially crime and defunding police. And black and the blue is stuff that we need to focus on this midterm right now. It must end. Conservatives blast Democrat fear-mongering after Georgia smashes voting records. Let's see. Let's see. Let's go back to the, I think. Philadelphia police attacked by ATV dirt bike riders who heard bricks and bottles at officers. Okay, that's what the last story I just said was about. Oh, okay. Democratic El Paso mayor not to declare migrant state emergency. Not New York. Okay. Yeah. El Paso, especially El Paso, that's way near the border. Okay. Yeah, it's still crazy. So, conservative Twitter users, oh my god, slammed Democrats for having once claimed that updated Georgia election laws were Jim Crow 2.0 after state election officials this week that early voting numbers this year smashed turnout in the 2018 midterm. That's great. Let's watch this video. There's a video with it, so Georgia.
Thank you very much for the live report from D.C. Right, BK? Yep, let's bring in Brian Kemp. BK. Yes, current governor of Georgia, wants 4 more years doing that job. Governor, what was the difference between this debate and the ones you had 4 years ago?
And Stacey shouldn't be in here.
Well, first of all, good morning, guys. Morning. Thank y'all for having me on. I think the first thing is, I have a record to run on now. Georgians know me where last election they really did not, and Abrams had the national media and tons of money. Just like she does now, 90% of her money's coming from out of the state. But we've also raised a lot of money, too, and I have a great record to run on. And that's what I was doing last night. I think the biggest takeaway, and I told the Georgia voters this last night, is Stacey Abrams is attacking my record because she doesn't want to talk about her own.
Yeah, absolutely. By the way, Democrats keep talking about abortion. I don't think anyone, and people in your state want to talk about inflation, the economy, crime. Stacey Abrams, someone who's never had a child, telling people that, the heartbeats that we hear in our ultrasounds aren't real. How much is abortion, her extremism, playing into it? Or is it just not as big of an issue because everyone wants to talk about inflation?
Well, I think the big issue to me on that issue, people have known where I've been on that issue. I understand people feel very passionately one way or another on these issues, but also I made the point that we've done adoption reform. We've done foster care reform, making costs lower for adopting children in our state, supporting birthing mothers with 12 months of Medicaid, extended benefits, and other things to show that we value life. Her position's changed 3 or 4 times on.
So, what was I gonna do? Georgia, you guys need to vote for Herschel Walker, not Warnock, because Warnock is horrible. You guys need to vote for Kemp for governor in your state. Not Stacy, because she's crazy and she's horrible too. And you guys just need to vote Republican for State House in Georgia, maybe. Whatever your district is, you need to vote for Republican, senators for the State House in Georgia and representatives in the State House. The governor, vote Republican. U.S. Senator Herschel Walker, yeah. And then vote for your U.S. representatives in Georgia. Vote for Marjorie Taylor Greene in a district, and other Republicans in other districts too. I don't know much about Georgia, but we just need Republicans in Georgia. We really do. And for U.S. U.S. Congress, Georgia needs to be a red state, and for president, and for governor. Georgia, I feel like it should be a red state. It needs to be a red state. I don't know what happened in 2020, but I don't know what happened with Wisconsin or Michigan or Pennsylvania, but they cheated. But that's a different topic for another day. But you know what? In local areas too, you need to vote Republican. You guys can vote for whoever you want to, but my recommendation is to vote for Republican.
So Georgians don't really know.
So, yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's end, yeah. Okay. The next one is First Lady Jill Biden gets booed when stepping onto the field at a football game. Yay! Yeah. So, people don't like Jill Biden or Joe Biden or Democrats right now, so that's great. And they're booing her, saying, "Let's go, Brandon." And then she was out and about a couple months ago, and they said, Joe Biden, or something is not our president, or whatever, and said, "Let's go, Brandon." And when she was out and about a couple months ago by herself, and she's by herself again at this football game, which is, I don't get why she's by herself all the time, but people don't like him. People don't like Joe Biden. People don't like Joe Biden. I don't like both of them. I don't like Harris. I don't like Doug. And I don't like them. I really don't. I don't like Democrats. I don't like Democrats in Congress. I don't like state Democrats that are governors. I don't like representatives in the state house and senators in the state house that are Democrats in my state and all the states. I think it's horrible. I hate Democrats. I disagree with them. I strongly disagree with them. I don't hate anybody. I don't hate Joe and Jill. I don't hate them. I don't hate anybody. But I dislike them. I disagree with them. I want them gone. Our president, so, out of office. I want them out. And I know I have to wait 2 years, but hopefully this year the Republicans take over the House and the Senate for U.S. House and Senate, and hopefully states will have majorities and stuff too. I do think Indiana State House will have Republican majority, super majority like we had last year and before that. So I'm not worried about my state. I'm not too worried about our state. I'm just more worried about U.S. Congress, to get Biden's agenda not passed. So, veto it and stuff. So, or overrule veto or something. So, we really need, I'm more concerned about U.S. Congress, And, I am concerned about my local level, but not too much. So, I think Indiana will continue being a red state, and I'm glad to live in a red state. So, I'm glad that Joe Biden got booed at the football game. I think that's amazing. I think that's, oh my God. I think that's amazing. So, she needs to be booed. Jill and Joe, and All Democrats need booed right now. And that's a good thing. So, yeah. And they were saying, let's go Brandon, the whole stadium, it sounded like. So, that's really good. Okay, Democrat wants to make it a crime not to support child's LGBTQIA plus status. Now, I disagree with this Democrat that's trying to make it illegal, make it a crime for parents or caretakers to. This all says they want to make it a crime to not support child's LGBTQIA plus status. If parents and caregivers don't want to support their child's LGBTQIA plus because they're conservative or something, a status, and make it a crime, are you serious? That's not, it shouldn't be a crime to not support your child's status. I bet all parents and caregivers most of the time love their children no matter what. If I had a child that was gay, I would dislike it, I would disagree with it, but I would still love my child. I would support their decision because I'm a Christian and I'm conservative. And it's kind of hard. I would support them, I would love them, but I would disagree with their decision. I shouldn't be arrested. That's ridiculous. I don't know what Democrat is trying to make a claim that you have to support your child's status in the LGBTQIA+. That's a ridiculous claim. Crimes that we should focus on are drugs and stealing and robbing and homicides and and killings and stuff. And we need to focus on major crimes, the major issues, not what parent. And we should focus on rape as a crime. We should focus on crossing the border illegally, a crime. We should focus on making abuse a crime, physically and mentally abuse. That should be a crime. Drugs should be a crime. Illegal drugs, should be a crime. Like crack, cocaine, marijuana, and selling those things. Marijuana, maybe not a crime, but crack, cocaine, selling crack and cocaine, and, those should be crime. Drinking and driving should be a crime. Stealing should be a crime. Taking stuff from people's houses and damaging property and vandalism should be a crime. Damaging property, hurting government buildings and facilities and vandalizing those and vandalizing cop cars and harming cops. Those should be all crimes that we need to be, not parents choosing to not support the status of an LGBTQIA plus child. Because parents and parents should not be forced to support a child's decision that they think if the parent thinks that child's decision was wrong and they disagree with it and disagree with that status, that shouldn't be a claim. That's their opinion. That's the parent's opinion. The parent did nothing wrong. A parent would not be doing anything wrong by disagreeing with a child's decision to be LGBTQIA+. If parents don't want to use pronouns, they shouldn't have to use pronouns, That shouldn't be a crime. There should be other focuses and other issues that should be crimes, but not this. Not that. I disagree with that. Trying to make it a crime, make it illegal for parents to make it illegal to have parents, do not support it. Make it illegal. Make it, a crime. That shouldn't be a crime. That's ridiculous. This is the world that we're coming into, and that's why we should vote red. To protect our children. And get this democratic stuff out of our heads. And, this, pronouns out of this children. We need to protect our children from CBT and, CRT, sorry, and transgender stuff and pronouns, protect them away from drag shows, so this is why we're voting this November for local office, state office, and especially the federal, U.S. Congress. And this is why we need to vote Republican this November. To get rid of this kind of crap, pronouns and stuff. Ridiculous. They're making a claim to not support something that you don't want to support. That's, horrible. That's, hurting the First Amendment of having freedom of expression. Or whatever amendment that is, freedom of speech, freedom of expression. That's horrible. That's horrible. We need to do better as America. We do. We do. Next, school kid, and this is, I think, ridiculous as well. School kids denied Halloween parade over inclusivity concerns. So, inclusivity concerns. So, denying a children's Halloween parade? Oh my God, that's ridiculous. Why? Children love Halloween, children love the holidays and stuff. It's fun. It's the innocence of being kids and going trick-or-treating stuff. I know Christians, disagree with Halloween. Some, I don't. I'm a Christian. I don't think there's nothing wrong with Halloween. Now, if you take it too far and have witchcraft and demonizing and, being, anti-Christian on Halloween or around Halloween, that's like not good. I disagree with that. But I think trick-or-treating, I think, is fun. I think Halloween parties are fun for kids. But this is ridiculous. Denying a Halloween party because you think there's going to be a concern of inclusion? Oh my God. This is probably something like about second gender or something, probably, or sexuality or something. Like, I disagree with it. Denying a children Halloween parade at school or a party or something? Oh my God. It better not be about gender inclusion or something like that. Or something, or culture. Because that's woke right there. For denying a Halloween parade, I think that's ridiculous. Now, Halloween parades are not essential, but the idea of denying it because of quote-unquote inclusion, it concerns. I think it probably because of maybe the costumes are gender rated most of the time, But I don't know, that's crazy. I don't know what to think about that. But, school boards need to stop being woke. And I think, maybe that's a part of the midterms too. I think some schools are part of midterms this year. So, vote for Republicans and for school board, for mayor, for judge, for attorney, for Secretary of State, if it's governor, if it's time for a governor, representatives, Republican representatives, and senators, for state house senators and also U.S. senators. It's time for this woke world to end. It's ridiculous. This is not how America is. It shouldn't be how it is. And another thing I want to mention, my state of Indiana, if you're from Indiana, hey, early voting has began last week. I think last Thursday it started for us, especially in the Wabash County area where I'm from. Early voting has started last Thursday and is going on until November 8th. Well, until November 7th. Early voting started last week. I voted, me and my mom, we voted yesterday. And I posted about it on social media. And I voted for, who I wanted to vote for State House Senator U.S. Senator for my district, and Representative for my district, and U.S. Representative and U.S. Senator for my district, and State Senator for my district, and Representative for my district for State House. We also voted for a judge, I think, and maybe a attorney. Let's see, and I think something else. And the city council member, we got to, which was all one party. We also got to do the Secretary of State, which is important. We also did the state auditor, which is important. And now all states have different things on their ballot. Some states, governor's up. Like for New York, there's a governor race. You know, for Florida, there's a governor race. For Arizona, there's a governor race. I think for Michigan, there's a governor race. That might be questionable. You know, and every single state, I think, has, I don't know, representative races, maybe even senator. So, you know, this, and local. Some have governors that are up for reaction, or queer action. Also, you know, Oregon is ready for a new governor. So in Arizona, there was a great report out there at Carrie Higgs, which is running for governor in Arizona. She said she's going to protect children in school and get rid of CRT, and also transgender stuff and LGBTQIA plus schools, just like Virginia did, which is great. The Republican that's running for New York, the state of New York for governor, which New York should be a red state, and it needs to be because New York is so woke and out of control and crime ridden. Running against Kathy, and she's horrible. And the governor, I just saw something today, and the Republican guy that's running for New York State for governor said that in the first 100 minutes, he's going to make changes for New York, probably positive changes, hopefully. And buying Kemp, I think, is going to do great things for the economy in Georgia, like he said in that interview. So inflation. So I think, and I'm hopeful for Arizona. I'm hopeful. I think Florida, they're up for governor. I think DeSantis will win for sure. I just know it. So I hope so. Michigan for a governor, I'm concerned because I think they're trying to rig it a little bit. But anyway, I think Whitmer's trying to do something. I heard something a couple months ago about it. But anyway, trying to get those Republican candidates. But anyway, but I voted yesterday. I voted for. I'm not gonna tell you who I've. I voted Republican for. I voted for Todd Young, but she's our senator for Indiana, I guess, for my district. I voted for him. We voted for him. We also voted for U.S. Representative for my district. This is District 2, I think, for U.S. Representative. I didn't vote for Republican. I voted for not Democrat either. I voted for Libertarian. His name is William Henry. He's a Libertarian. He's I think, in 2020 for governor, we voted for Langwater, which is not a Democrat, not a Republican. We don't vote for Holcomb. I disagree with Holcomb. He's a wino. We voted for Libertarian in 2020 for governor. which Libertarians are very, very, very similar to Republicans, but a little bit different, and maybe a little bit better than Republicans. I feel like maybe, because my state in Indiana, we have winos all over the place, unfortunately, but Libertarians are a good pick, a better alternative to Democrats and Republicans. I don't know if the Libertarians will win, because they never win anywhere, unfortunately. And that's sad, because, it's mostly Democrats and Republicans that win all the time. But we have, people say we have a two-party system, which we do, technically, but we actually have, 3 or 4 or 5 parties. We have a Libertarian Party, we have an Independent Party that don't win. It's sad. It's sad. We need, we just need to get rid of this major two-party system. We'll keep it, not get rid of it, because we have to have Democrats and Republicans. And Republicans do great things as president and other most of the time, but much better than Democrats for sure. But we need to add, maybe we just need multiple political parties. We need Libertarians, and people don't know much about Libertarians. People don't really are lazy, and they vote straight party ticket for Republican. They don't choose the Libertarian. So yes, all they do is pick Republican straight ticket, and that just votes for all the Republicans. Not anyone, and then they just click next page and cast their vote. But anyway, I heard we Libertarians, support freedom and rights, and want tax cuts. Get rid of mandates and get rid of big government, which I support. Republicans, support tax cuts, and Libertarians are more than just, a fair tax system and less government, which Republicans are less government too, which is great. I support less government, but I think Libertarians have so many better ideas. And before November 8th, look into Libertarians, please, if you're from the state. So, in any state, really. All 50 states, I think, have Libertarians. So, if you want a better alternative to wino, or because there are wino candidates, if you want better alternative to a wino, Republican name only, and a better alternative to Democrats, for sure, and a better alternative to any other party, like Independent or Green Party, would be Libertarian. Gold. Let's vote. Let's vote gold. I don't know if we're gonna have a gold wave or not, but that'd be nice. But also for my Secretary of State, we voted for a Libertarian. So his name is Jeff Murr or something for my state. A Libertarian, not a Republican, not a Democrat. So I voted for 2 Libertarians, and the rest were Republican, for local office, and for some for U.S. office, and one for U.S. office, which is senator, and state senator. His name is Zay, so, which is Republican. We voted for him for state senate. So this is, what U.S. Senator for Tainan, we did it for Republican. Andy Zay for state senator. That's in my district. And then Secretary of State for the State House, Republican. State representative for my district. Her last name is Sweet. Louisiana or something, I don't know. She's a Republican for U.S. not U.S., state representative. So my state senator, my U.S. senator, my state representative, and my state auditor, we voted for Republican. And city council and judge and attorney and state auditor, we did Republican. And then for Secretary of State and U.S. representative, where my district was, we voted gold, Libertarian. So we voted for 2, I think, Libertarians, yeah. And then the rest were Republicans. So the people I vote for is Libertarian and Republican. There we go. I'm not shy to tell you who I voted for. So it might be helpful for you if you live in Indiana and live in Wabash County. And if you are, so, if you, and also in other states, if I recommend to all 50 states to vote Republican and vote or Libertarian. Do not vote blue at all. Either vote red and vote gold. I do think a red wave is coming for U.S. Senate and U.S. House, and I think Republicans are going to control U.S. House, U.S. House Representatives. So maybe there'll be a couple of Libertarians in the U.S. House and Senate this year, hopefully. So that would be great. So maybe, I bet we're going to be Senate, U.S. House. It'll be Republican majority, which would be great, with some gold sprinkled in there, and of course, blue, a little bit of blue, and then maybe some, medium blue sprinkles, and maybe like major red sprinkles, and then maybe a little bit of gold sprinkles mixed in there with the U.S. Senate and House. And State House too, hopefully we see some of the gold in Indiana, and hopefully majority red sprinkles, and then maybe some blue sprinkle, but not because we're always going to have blue sprinkle and red sprinkles, and maybe some silver independent sprinkle, but they always have to caucus with red or blue, so I don't know. But anyway, they always have to align themselves with red and blue independent, or maybe, I don't know. But I think maybe we're definitely going to have a red wave, I do believe, for U.S. Senate and U.S. House. I bet maybe we'll have a gold wave, hopefully. Hopefully gold wins. That's some small victory. Medium victories, hopefully, all across the country. I'm really hopeful. Hopefully gold will get in there. So hopefully Libertarian will get in there. I know it's different, but I think, hey, we need changes. And I think Libertarians and Republicans will do great things. So maybe work together, hopefully. And fix this country and fix states and local. So, well, the local government, there's no choice because there were no Democrats or Libertarians. The voting means running against my local government, so, for city council and a judge, so. But anyway, let's vote Republican or Libertarian. Those are the 2 top picks, I think, that will help us the most. Maybe Libertarians can help us more. If they win, hopefully I don't know. But let's vote Republican or Libertarian this year. And you can vote away now. That's good too. I would wait until November to vote, but me and my mom had our minds made up. But in some states like Georgia or Pennsylvania, I can't control you, but wait until November to vote. You never know what's going to happen with October supplies. I don't know if Pennsylvania had October supplies or Georgia had October supplies yet, or any other state had it, but there's always October supplies. So wait until the October supplies come with a candidate, like the Hunter Biden scandal or whoever. in October. There's always something that happens in October before the election day. But we're 3 weeks until November 8th. But my recommendation, if you don't know who you're choosing, or if you think you know who you're choosing, wait until November. If you know for sure, you know what you're doing, go ahead and vote Lily. That's okay too. But try to wait until the first week in November. The week before and the day before election day. Either November 1st to November 7th vote. If you don't know what, don't vote and then regret your vote. That's all I'm saying. So if you feel like you're gonna regret it once you push the whatever the button to cast your vote, that's the bad thing about early voting, because you never know what's gonna happen the week after you vote or something with that candidate. Maybe something crazy. If you vote Democrat, maybe you regret voting Democrat, but it's too late. And that would screw all of us over, because that would just count on to majority or no majority. I don't know, but or just vote on November 8th. And keep in mind that issues like inflation and gas prices and shortages and woke stuff. Focus on those issues, especially economy and inflation right now, and a recession. Focus on those 3 issues, maybe more issues, but focus on economy, economics, focus on inflation, focus on gas prices, focus on crime, focus on the border. If you want to focus on pro-life, you can, abortion, but my recommendation to focus more on the economy, because pro-life won this year, so already, kind of. There's still a fight to go with pro-life, but focus right now. Everybody needs to focus on the economy and inflation, a possible recession. Focus on gas prices. Focus on the things that are hurting you the most as American people. And focus on your freedoms and rights and bullcrap that the Democrats are trying to do. And vote November 8th or before based on the things that are hurting you as an American person the most. If you're tired of paying these high prices for gas, if you're tired of not finding what you're looking for at the store, because there's shortages all the time still. If you're worried about recession, if you want to, if we get in a recession, Republicans will probably say today. And if you want, crime to go down in your area, if you have high crime, focus on that. Focus on issues, major issues. And if you're tired of, once and for all, if you're tired of Biden's agenda passing, if you're tired of all this Democrat Biden bullcrap, if you want to try to fix things before it gets worse and change things for the better, then vote Republican. That's my recommendation. Or Libertarian, that's my recommendation for you. For state level and federal level. Vote Republican or Libertarian. If you're tired of all the bullcrap. So vote early, vote in person, because we don't trust the mail-in system. It might be different this time, hopefully, than 2020. Hopefully it's different. Hopefully, if we want victory, vote for Republicans. Say, let's do this. If we want to see a victory, if we want to see, if we want to feel changes and positive changes, if we want to be happy again, we're happier again, we're alright right now, but if we want to feel better and get in a step in the right direction before 2024, then let's vote Republican. What if we want to fix these issues and get away from this bullcrap and try to fix this bullcrap and clean it off the window or the fan? Let's vote Republican on November 8th or right now. So let's do this. But that's it for episode 52, everybody. So vote on November 8th. Vote Lily in person. And vote Republican or Libertarian right now. So, or just on November 8th if you find the time for it. So, I know people work. I know people have things going on that you have to do on November 8th. But vote in person. Get a chance to. Before work. Might not work, but after work for sure. Vote. After work, after school. If you're a college student, if you're a teacher after school, professor after school, or on your lunch break if you're a college student or a teacher, quickly. It only takes a minute or two to vote. And so, do it after work. Because the lines are long in the morning, I feel like. So, on November 8th. So, or vote Lily. And vote in person. And I'm not trying to control who you vote for. If you want to vote for Democrat, if you're stupid at that, then okay. But, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. But, if you want to continue going downhill in this country, then vote Democrat. If you want to try to fix things and try to go uphill, maybe vote for a Republican or a Libertarian. Try to bring us uphill. I know it might take a while to get uphill, but we will get uphill. Things will get better. If we have common sense, and vote for common sense, and vote for a better country to fix the issues that we're facing right now, this year. This is a great midterm year. Because there's a bunch of issues right now with the economy, crime, and the border. If we want to try to fix these costs, and lower the cost the best we can, probably, with Republicans in the Congress, and make new laws, or new bills in the Congress, and maybe impeach him, then, let's do this. This is vote. Vote Republican or Libertarian. Because I bet Libertarians will probably vote, and probably disagree with Biden. So, and disagree with others too, like Romney, Mitt Romney, and Cheney, even though she's leaving. Thank God she's leaving. But anyway, that's it for this episode, so I'll see you on Thursday. Bye.